I'll probably hate it, like, really badly.
No, you will. I still don't know the actual patron yet, but oh well. I mean, this character doesn't care.
I'm back.
Oh.
So, Korag and Silas, will you each roll me your investigation?
Oh joy, I'm so good at that. Yay. Hey,
Pretty good.
with no bonus.
I take my passive.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, yeah.
Well, I'll roll. Yeah.
You should have taken your passive.
Yeah. I feel bad if I just take my passive every time.
I actually am taking your passive into account as well. So
My passive is 10.
Hey.
Yeah, his passive is like 20-something.
No, investigation is 16.
Oh, okay.
Perception is 23.
Alert.
In fact, all of my perception is 23. Insight 18.
I'm just looking something up.
My passive deception is 18. That's good to know.
Oof.
You both get wind of the sheriff's daughter before you get wind of him. Korag, you actually find that you managed to get there just a few minutes ahead of Silas.
Probably more thanks to I just know how cities work.
Yeah, it's more. It's not necessarily that you got the information any faster, but you managed to navigate to the place faster. And what you've actually found is that the daughter, who is Meredith Bradley,
Mary. I like the name Meredith.
I do too, actually.
is working as a clerk at the amphitheater, which you find out, in addition to being a place where there are a great number of kind of contests and kind of competitive events, whether it's jousting or fighting or whatever else. Also, in the undercroft of the amphitheater, has a museum of martial history.
Ooh.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
And she is a clerk and a tour guide in that museum.
Well, I am gonna go and have a tour around.
That was my plan. I was going to chat her up and have a tour around.
Both of you like compete, like no.
I'm not gonna talk to her immediately. I'm gonna go and have a look around the museum first.
Yeah, no, she will be the first person I can talk to.
Doc, I think you have your mic exactly at your mouth.
Huh?
Yeah,
Me?
fucking mouth breather.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Just don't breathe like the rest of us, Doc. Come on.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I'm breathing hard.
Oh, wow.
So I don't
Well,
wanna
stop
know.
watching the porn.
me and Madman had the same thought. Madman just said it.
Role performance.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I was gonna say a dexterity check, but okay. That also works. I
Wouldn't it be
guess.
sleight of hand?
Nice.
Roll investigation first.
Stealth check.
Mean.
Quick.
Wow. Yeah. Nice.
Ugh.
Nice.
I mean, very possibly accurate, but just mean.
Wow. Applause.
What?
Uh,
So you do manage to locate the museum, and Korag, you do manage to locate Meredith Bradley,
mhm.
and you actually she does recognize you. You do-
I am kind of distinct.
Yeah. And she does immediately greet you and, ask how you've been.
Yeah, and I think what I'll do is I'll basically using the tour as an excuse to catch up with her and get a little bit of information on how her father's doing, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Maybe find out where he is or where I can find him.
Yep, certainly. And she does volunteer that information without, you ask basically just
Yeah.
how her father's been, and
Yeah.
she lets you know that actually he has retired,
Mhm.
and that he actually has moved to live with her and her
Oh.
sister.
Mhm.
And that she does kind of grow a bit somber at one moment, and she does ask you, have you been home recently?
I have yet. She probably doesn't know where I've been, does she?
No, she knows you left town 4 years ago, and that's pretty much the last she knew.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I haven't been home since I left.
She
Hold on,
kind of
wait.
looks
Can
at
I-
you.
can
and
I
looks
just-
at-
That makes total sense.
Can I just address this for why are you using suddenly like 18th century paintings for your NPCs?
Yeah.
Why not? Because they're nice.
He's not.
Huh?
John Bradley wasn't.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but Samuel LaFord and fucking Meredith Bradley. Look at her. She's
They're,
like an
they're good
18th
medieval
century painting.
portraits.
They are. I agree.
She looks like a Fallout character.
What are you talking about? Pound and Dance is
someone
right
made
there.
from the Oblivion character creator.
Yeah, yeah. Look at the size of that
Oh.
face.
I just thought his was a good image of like a
clerk.
non-modern clerk.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I here at the same time, by the way?
Yeah, you actually get to the museum and you actually see Korag talking with Meredith.
Okay,
as they
I'm
kind of
gonna-
walk through the exhibits.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay within distance. But obviously I'm not approaching. I'm not getting involved. I'm just listening.
I think.
Whenever
Yeah,
whenever she has asked about if you've been home and you say you haven't been back for, she does kind of grow somber for a moment and she looks at you and she just says, "Don't go back.
Yeah, I've heard the news.
It's not the same place that it was."
I still have all. I wish I didn't have to go back, but I've still got things I need to do. Good.
They're not worth it. It's not a safe place anymore.
I think it'd be very hard for it to not be worth it. But let's not talk about that for now. I'm going to ask her. When does she usually end work and head home?
She's
I think it'd
actually
be.
just started her shift for the day, so she finishes about 6 p.m.
Well. Would it be too much to ask where you live? That way I can go, because I really do need to speak with her father. Plus, it would. I think he would also like to catch up as well. If she was happy to, at least mildly happy to see me, he probably will be too, at least a little.
She actually tells you that she lives not far from the Book and Blade,
Hmm.
and that she often meets her father and sister for dinner there after work.
Mm-hmm.
So you're welcome to join them.
I think I'll take them up on that offer. Might as well.
Hmm.
So I will thank her for her time, and I'll be on my way.
Okay. I will say that in what you've seen of the museum while you're there, and also for Silas's benefit,
Mm-hmm.
they have an amazing trove of first age weaponry.
I'm
Oh.
gonna inquire with one of the proprietors if they would be interested in acquiring 2 revolving pistols and a musket.
And with that, I'll be back in a moment.
They do also carry a smaller selection of second age historic weapons,
Mhm.
which the musket and such would fall into. Of course, if they're in very good condition, and especially if they have any provenance, they would be happy to look at purchasing them.
Hmm. Do they know of any specialized collectors for them?
There are a few in the town.
Such as?
Well, we would normally not give away the names of these individuals. They normally attend private auctions.
I'm sure you can make an exception for me. I've traveled quite a way to find a collector.
Perhaps if you brought in the items and we can assure their authenticity, then we might be able to contact a buyer who may be interested. But it really is not our policy to facilitate contact with our buyers blindly.
I understand. Well, it's good to know. I'm going to, after speaking to whoever I was speaking to, I'm going to make my way over and speak to Meredith.
Mm-hmm.
And
She cheerfully says hello and introduces herself and asks if you'd like a tour of the archive.
well, I've been looking around. It's quite impressive, actually. I'm very impressed. Looking at much of what is here, I feel like I was taught by someone who was something of a student of these methods. These things.
Yeah, she happily starts, telling you about some of the items or asking about the items that you're aware of. She seems kind of very much sticking with a fairly standard tour guide type approach.
I'm gonna slip in a reference to Gilcrest and ask. I've heard of many first stage relics coming from near the Royal. Have any come from Gilcrest?
She kind of hesitates a moment whenever you first mention Gilcrest, but then you see her kind of visibly kind of recover her on the job poise, as it were.
Mm.
And after a few moments, she says, "Well, there is actually one item in the collection that does have a connection to Gilcrest, as well, I must say, as a bit of I suppose, a personal significance as well." And she kind of walks you through some of the displays, and she shows you a quite odd-looking sword.
It's not similar to the Order swords, is it?
No, not by no. This the Order swords are like a laser sword. They've got
Right, okay.
a gun built in. They're very kind of high tech, modern.
Right. Okay.
This, if you've ever actually encountered an executioner's blade before,
Yes, I understand.
the blunt bladed chopping sword.
Like too big to normally walk around with. And
Yeah,
stuff
and they
like
don't
that.
have. It's a sword that does not come to a point.
Yeah. No.
It has a blunt end and a cutting blade.
It's for chopping. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's
Okay.
almost like a sword-sized cleaver rather than a sword.
Mhm.
And she says this blade actually is known as the Executioner of Gilcrest. It's over 800 years old and was actually donated by my father to the collection. It was traditionally the ceremonial weapon of the Knight Defender, or in later years the Sheriff of Gilcrest. It's actually been in our family, should legend be believed, since its creation.
Is your father no longer sheriff?
He has recently retired from the position and come to live here in Titan with myself.
I see. Why is that? If it's such a storied profession for your family?
Unfortunately, my daughter has but 3 children, all daughters, and none of us of the temperament or build or mindset for the current trying times.
I see. I have heard. I have heard a rumor of a something of a growth in the military forces of Gilcrest, far more than one single sheriff.
You can see as you're getting into this, she's getting less and less comfortable, and she kind of takes a deep breath and she says, "There are trying times in Gilcrest at the moment, and it is not the place it once was."
See, would you? Is there any way I could perhaps help? I don't want to overstep myself, but I feel like there's something you are not telling me.
Roll me persuasion.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
She kind of takes a deep breath and kind of looks around nervously, and she kind of leans in and she says, I should not say, but there are trying times in Gilcrest at the moment. It is not safe for anyone. And I am thankful to whatever gods or powers or beings may have returned to this world that my father is no longer in that place. I would not wish it on anyone.
Do you feel his life would be at risk?
She kind of looks around another time, and then she kind of sighs, and she just kind of nods, and then she says, "Now, I'm sorry, but I must go attend to a few things." And she kind of excuses herself and moves to head away.
Mm.
You can very easily read in her demeanor that she feels like she's said too much and is trying to get herself out of the situation before she's tempted to say anything else.
Well, as she's leaving, I just say quietly, your father's John Bradley, isn't he?
She kind of looks back at you and just kind of nods, and then turns to go again.
Yeah, I'll let her leave, and then I'm gonna exit the archive.
Yep, and you do see on the plaque underneath the blade, it does read the Executioner of Gilcrest, donated in trust by the Bradley family.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I'm going to return to the tavern, but first, actually, I want to go to my apartment.
Okay.
And basically check up on things. See if I've got any messages from people, clients, stuff like that.
Okay. We'll come back to that because I'll actually I'm actually going to write up a few of those and I'll drop them to you through the week.
You need to put your Barbie jam.
Alright, I'll do it later.
Don't forget tomorrow.
What was that about jam?
Nothing.
The Barbie jam.
The Barbie jam. They put the Barbie dolls in the mixer.
You had about 1.5 pounds of sugar.
Add some Jack
Barbie
and
jam.
Coke, and now it's Barbie jam.
It looks like ballistic gel.
Yeah.
Ballistic
You eat
gel
it with a
jam.
straw.
And Korag also would have headed back to the tavern.
Okay. Meanwhile, Aoden, roll me an investigation because you are looking for elves.
I am, and of course I'm going to the green zone, not...
Well, yeah, that's usually where you look for elves.
Hang on, gotta open my character sheet.
You're looking for elves, many of which you do not wish to be found.
Yeah, well, it's an elf looking for him, so... sorry, my character sheet's lagging. I believe it's a +4?
Sophie, you've been quieter than I've ever known a woman to be for this long.
She's muted.
But she's letting the game go on.
I know, I've just never known a woman to actually be able to keep quiet even if they mean to.
Wow.
To be fair, we're used to Jamie.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
So we have the perfect example of what Casey's talking about.
Fantastic
Jamie.
that you're the one that said that too.
Yes.
Oh, I think I'm the only one that can get away saying it.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't roll for shit tonight. I haven't rolled above a 10.
Ooh.
Not once.
You're getting my rolls.
Thanks, Casey.
You're very welcome.
Piece of shit.
Look, Sophie even put a Jamie emote into the chat.
I am using Royal Vision because I assume elves give off a better
You're gonna
signal that way.
die. Yeah, give me all that brain pain, please.
No, I'm not looking at Doc or at Keegan.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, Sophie is far too quiet to replace Jamie. It's just not even.
I think that's a good thing. Don't you?
Well, I mean, yeah. Oh dear.
I mean, she's doing a good job.
So I assume 10 doesn't get me very far.
No, you do not get very far at all. In fact, you do not locate any sign of any of the elves that you're looking for.
Alrighty. Last thing is I will.
Oh, an editor. Oops.
Huh?
Oh well. Nothing. Don't worry. Jamie will enjoy that.
Jamie's gonna be like, "What?"
That was not intentional. Oh well.
It's okay, so it's okay. I'm only misogynistic 10% of the time, 100% of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, and to be fair, Doc's only about a tenth as misogynistic as I can be sometimes.
Yeah.
Where is the Shrine to the Lost in the city?
Let me look it up.
AA-17.
AA-17.
Shrine to the Lost.
God. You know, I keep getting this feeling that Taylor's character wants to go back to Gilcrest because
No,
of
you
the
don't
things that
say.
I have
Cause what?
in my possession, because of the thing that I have in my possession.
Do you think the demon's looking for him?
Shh. There's no demon.
AA-17 is in the far north of the city. Actually, quite near the northern gate to the docks.
Which is fairly far away from the green zone.
Yeah. If you look at the map of Titan, yeah, that's the gates to the docks. And it's just kind of here.
It takes me a long time to get around. And flying's illegal inside the walls of Titan, correct?
Yeah.
Could I hire a non-magical taxi? Or I mean a magical taxi?
Non-magical.
Or a carriage? Can I hire a carriage? God damn it!
A horse?
Non-technological.
You can definitely hire a non-magic taxi. They're fairly common in the town.
You know what that's called?
A taxi.
A taxi.
Horse. A horse.
A non-magical
No.
taxi
A
is
non-magical
called a
taxi
carriage.
in
Yes.
Titan would be actually there are some cars. That would be a taxi.
I mean,
You
not
wanna
all.
hire
I
a
assume.
carriage.
Just real quick, does find vehicle? That's a spirit, right? That's not technology. So if it is in the shape of a car, it doesn't matter, right?
Bending the rules, huh?
No, if you
Well, no,
don't-
I'm wondering,
if you
'cause-
don't have technical proficiency, then it would not create a technological vehicle.
Oh, okay. It would just create like a horse or something.
It would
Note
probably
to
create a
self.
carriage
Or
with the
actually,
horse,
because
yeah.
it's a vehicle, it would create a carriage.
Note to self: get find steed.
No, a
Yeah.
fine vehicle would create like a, like the single horse 2-wheel carriage,
Like a cart.
Chariot.
like
Yeah,
an
yeah.
open,
Oh, chariot.
like a not a chariot, not the ones you stand up in. You still sit on it.
No, I know
It
what you
doesn't
mean.
it doesn't
Oh.
have the cargo capacity.
Oh,
It's
It's like when you.
yeah,
It's like those things you see in films where they take a girl on a day and they go on the
like,
horse.
yeah,
and they
there's
go,
like in
two
old
seats,
England.
2 seats, 2
Yeah.
wheels, 1 horse.
yeah.
Yeah, I know
It
what
would
you're talking
create
about
something
now.
like that.
Yeah, okay. I'll just hire a carriage to get me over there real quick, or as quickly as possible.
It'll still take you a couple hours because you're going a long way through the city, but yeah, it's easily done.
Rush it. Go past them. I'll pay you extra.
You're looking at something akin to what I'm just putting in Skype here.
Either way, I hire transportation to. Yeah, like one of those
Wow,
Japanese.
that's fucking fancy.
Well, no, those are in Japan. They're really
Yeah,
common.
No,
fancy.
no, the ones that a person pulls are in Japan. This is pulled by
Yeah.
a
Oh,
horse.
they hitch on the bicycles,
Yeah, well, these would actually be pulled by a horse.
so it's bigger, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice. That is nice, actually.
How much? A couple silver, a couple gold.
You're looking probably about a silver an hour.
Then you said 5 hours.
Yeah.
I'll give him 7 silver,
Okay.
like 2 as a tip. And I
There's
will
a
ride
less
over there.
fancy one, but that's the same idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen these. It's just I don't know what the hell the word is.
Chariot.
They're just
A cart.
they're a two-wheeled carriage is what they're referred to as.
Yeah.
A carriage cart.
Yeah, I hitch a ride to the Shrine to the Lost.
Okay.
And once I get there,
There you go. That's actually a really good image of one.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that is nice.
what time of day would it have been?
Well, you set out in the morning.
Yeah,
Does it come with
early
the
in the
old
morning.
Englishman with the
until
monocle?
lunchtime, searching around and realizing you're not finding anything.
So I'd get there around dinner time,
Yeah, you're gonna
probably.
get there early, late afternoon, early evening.
Okay.
Sorry,
And
what'd you
throughout
say,
the
Doc?
night, I assume.
Sorry, Doc said something, but I didn't catch what
Yeah.
it was.
Oh no, I made a joke. I basically said, "Does it come with the old Englishman with a monocle on the top?"
Oh.
hat?
No.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Great.
He's a face spirit.
Let's see.
It's an
Yeah,
unseen
so
servant.
I get there around lunch or dinner time. Are there still people working? What do because I don't think, have any of us ever been here?
No, none of you have ever gone to the Shrine of the Lost.
Thank God for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I go to the Shrine to the Lost.
Alright, here we go. The Shrine to the Lost is an ancient First Age building from the city of Tyrmerdon. It was once a great temple, and now it is for the most part, a ruin, but it is still used as a remembrance of the old gods. And there are also now some clerics of those gods, primarily of the elf and dwarf races, who preach that the gods actually had not left, but were simply out of contact.
That makes sense.
Okay.
You arrive, and you are actually greeted by a young human man who appears to be wearing what you as an elf would recognize as, oddly enough, robes to Moradin.
Rope to
Hey!
Moradin. Okay, cool.
What a good
Wait,
boy.
is it? Sorry, what is he? A dwarf?
A young human,
Human.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's a
which
good
is what
boy.
makes it odd.
Not
Oh, he's
bad
a good
odd. I
boy.
mean,
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Oh,
so
fuck, I forgot how not to...
yeah, I'll walk up to him, or stride up to him, and wait for.
Greetings, traveler. Welcome to the shrine.
It's wow. It's amazing what time can do to stone. Tyrmerdon, I believe this place was called, wasn't it?
It was a great many centuries ago, yes.
It's sad to see that the gods abandoned the world as much as magic did. But magic is returning, so maybe the gods are listening as well, do you think?
It is the belief of most of us that the tragedy that sealed away magic also silenced our ability to hear the gods. However, magic and the gods are once again among us.
It's most wonderful to hear, of course. We see the magic around us, but the call of the gods has always been quiet and difficult to listen to.
It is true.
Now, I come on a specific journey. I have a companion who I believe is afflicted. Or, well, not I believe is afflicted. He's definitely afflicted. Possessed, to a degree.
He looks quite
was-
concerned.
Sorry, what?
He looks quite concerned when you say that.
Okay. And I say, do the gods answer the prayers to banish spirits or remove evil from someone?
Sorry, I'm just looking up what level they would need to be to cast that. Need a 5th level cleric. He looks at you and he says, unfortunately, such a thing is beyond my own faith at this time, but I do believe that there are a small number who would be able to do such a thing, who have the ear of the gods and enough favor to lift dark curses.
I am unfamiliar with the process of clerical magic. Could you inform me, once the spirit is banished, what happens to it? Typically.
Creatures of evil, and he kind of stops him and he says, do you believe this to be a creature or a curse? The two are distinct.
They are. It could be a curse mimicking a creature, but it is definitely an affliction of the greatest degree. Possession, I don't know fully either. He is pushed towards certain actions. It says things to him. That leads me to believe it's a creature.
This is even more difficult than if it were a curse. Then the process is, though it requires a great deal of faith and power, quite straightforward. The banishing of a dark spirit is a more dangerous process. I believe perhaps it may be worth bringing this friend to speak with one of the higher priests.
Yeah, well, you see, I tried to get him to go willingly, but he's become quite, well, standoffish, even more so for a dwarf. So, maybe a cleric of Moradin could convince him?
I'm back.
Welcome back. You're being talked about.
Doc, I'm getting you help. Don't worry, I'm going to save your life.
No, please, God. Every time you try and save me, you just make things
so
worse.
I go to the devil, I go to the Nine Hells, and try to negotiate.
Oh, God. I like that I just went along to buy armor.
I'm just wing this.
So I just want armor. I even read the contract as he signed it and just went... just laughed. I forgot I did that. I read the contract and was like, ooh, that's not good for you.
That was a good deal.
Yeah, well, that was a good deal for that devil.
It's all part of my master plan, okay? Susha's gonna get out of there. And...
He did get out of there.
He's just dead.
Yeah, his head was on a pike.
Well, no, his soul is in the gem thing down in the Nine Hells.
The rest of
Anyway.
them was on pikes.
Anyway. So,
You didn't find the pikes that
I mean,
Sinchar
we still
took the
doing
rest of
what
them on.
Sigurd...
Yeah.
We still doing what Sigurd's... Okay.
So basically, this younger cleric does speak to you and does basically say that if your friend is unable to journey to the temple, he can see about having one of the more powerful clerics come to where he is.
Would the rusted flagon be a problem? We have a long-term residence there.
Where?
The rusted flagon, kind of in the middle of the city. Sunken flagon. Sorry, he would not have.
Sunken either.
What is it?
It's the flowing.
Flagon. Shit.
Flowing flag.
Even on the page.
Yeah.
Hey Casey.
It's on the.
Hey Casey. You know what? It wouldn't be any inn if it wasn't for us. So maybe we have rights over its name, okay?
No, Durnan still.
It's a pre already. Yeah, it's a pre.
I know.
Jesus.
Anyway.
The
flowing
flagon. Of course, I will ask if you wait here a few moments. I will see when this can be done. And he excuses himself and heads off. And he does return a few minutes later, and he lets you know that one of the priests would be able to attend this evening. Later tonight, after evening mass, it would be around 10 p.m.
Okay. And would this be a cleric of Moradin?
I'm unsure. There are, as I said, only a few who are able to conduct such events. The majority of our congregation here follow either Moradin or, in some cases, Corellan. So it would be most likely one of those two.
Excellent. I have no preference. It's just that he's dwarven, so maybe, Moradin might be a little bit more receptive.
If you send me an elf,
he's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
No, I thank him and ask if I could stay for mass, and
of course, you are welcome.
I'll probably. I'm not saying it to him, but I am gonna put like 10 gold in the tithe, whatever. Okay. And I'll stay for mass.
And you do. It's not necessarily the type of service that you're used to, because it is very much kind of a multi-denominational. They actually pay honor and tribute to a number of different gods within this same service. But it does actually allow you to see that there are priests here, or clerics here, for more than half a dozen different deities.
Any that I don't recognize? Any kind of quote-unquote new deities?
No new ones.
Or, well, newer in the sense of generational terms. Maybe a different name. Like, did a fire god recently pop up, or an ashen god or something? Something like that.
The only one that the name catches you off guard, just because it's not a name that you would be used to, but you do, once you start looking at it, recognize the deity, is what they refer to as the Lord of Scales.
Lord of Scales?
Yes.
Like, which kind of scale? Scale as in weight scale?
No.
Or scale as in scaly scale?
Yes. And the symbol of that deity is what you then recognize, and it is a platinum dragon.
Ooh. Okay. That's it for me.
But that would be the one that the name catches you off guard.
Right. Okay.
It's not a name that you're used to hearing him referred to as. You're also not used to him kind of being listed in the same breath as kind of what you would consider the big, Corellan and Moradin, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, not like one of the major gods, like a lesser god or something.
Yeah, but he is
Okay.
here, kind of listed on the same tier as those.
And okay, that was the the Order of Scales, you said?
The Lord of Scales.
Is there a name?
No, he is just referred to as the Lord of Scales.
Okay.
But like I said, the symbol is a platinum dragon.
Cool. I'll ask. I'll go ahead and ask real quick, if it's not offensive to ask, what the Lord of Scales is known by, other than Lord of Scales.
He is. You ask. I'm assuming after the service, not during the service.
Yeah, not during, not in the middle.
But you actually ask one of the.
Hey, you! Hey,
Yeah.
what god is this?
Yeah.
Is your god real?
You actually ask one of the people wearing a platinum dragon medallion, and he does tell you that he is known by many names, the Lord of Scales, the Platinum Defender, and then he actually does go on and he says, and in the old Elven term, he believes that he was referred to as Bahamut.
Okay. Thank you.
You get the impression from kind of a short conversation with him that the Lord of Scales, he lists off Paladine, he lists off Bahamut, and he seems to have a number of names. So because this is a very much kind of non-specific service, they refer to him as the Lord of Scales to honor all of his past.
Ah, okay.
Whereas, like Corellan, the elves, he's Corellan. They don't have
always
any
gonna
other name for him. Do you see what I mean?
But I will depart with the priest and like order him a carriage or something.
Wait until he's ready to come, and then you come back.
Yeah.
Okay. And on that note, I think we are going to go ahead and finish for the night.
All right. So we start next with the report to Lord Hessen.
You're reporting to Lord Hessen, and Eodin is on his way back with a priest for Keegan.
And I am not there.
And you're not there, yeah.
I mean, I never said that what I was going to do, so
No,
I just assumed, yeah.
And
Guys,
then I'll
you guys,
probably.
you were going to get to me eventually, but
Yeah.
Guys, just call each other. No, hang on. Never mind. We can't do that.
No, we have Horn of Sending.
Okay,
Just-
that's true. Fine.
You are aware that I'm following you, Doc, right?
yes.
Yeah, cool.
We could do that next week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll actually start with that next week.
Yeah.
I just figured, you'd eventually get to me, but, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's
I
fine.
was trying
It's
to
not
work
like I
through
didn't wanna
it. We
play
had
or
a lot
anything.
going on, so
No, I know. I'm joking.
I'm just going to make a note.
What's our XP?
Oh yeah. How close are we to leveling?
Where did the XP counter go? Oh,
It's
there
off
it
to the
is.
far right.
11,000.
3,000 away from leveling for you guys. Casey, do I start with that, or do I start with?
I'm just keeping everyone on the same XP just to make it
Oh, okay.
easy.
3,000 away, man.
Guys, let's go kill some stuff.
Yeah, right?
You know what's funny? If you had just killed me, it probably would have been 3,000 XP.
Yeah, probably.
I was tempted.
That would have been a weird fight because I have a lot of control. Like a lot of
I
control.
don't want to. I don't
Yeah,
want to metagame,
yeah.
but I do want to kill you though. So.
Oh, I know. I do that when I make the character. You're gonna love him.
If I had gone first, you'd have lost.
There we go. 300 more
Good.
for tonight.
I think I was invisible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's not
but-
measure our EPs over here.
Yeah, exactly. But if you'd have gone first, it would have been But if I'd have gone first, I would have probably won because
It's usually how it goes.
You're a
in the
fucking
game.
warlock?
Yeah.
Yes, he's that. Why do you think I hate him so much?
yeah.
Wait till you find out more.
Why are you making it worse?
I
for
already
yourself?
know. Yeah, I already know, Taylor. As soon as you use that one class feature,
Yeah.
I was very angry. I was seething with rage.
Which
one?
I've used two. Well, yeah, I've only used one so far.
Okay.
which feature?
Telepathy.
The one that let me talk to you mentally.
Yeah. Which warlock gets that?
I
I
wonder.
wonder.
Hey, Casey, we live near to each other.
Do you?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Near Leeds.
Fair enough. I'm actually
I'm
kind of between Leeds and Wakefield.
I'm between Wakefield and Sheffield.
Hey,
Oh.
guys, we can figure this out.
Not far at
With
all.
triangulation,
Yeah.
we can figure this out.
Triangle.
Where does
We have
Matt
3
live?
key points.
Yes.
We can figure it out.
Considering you lot stealthed my address already, I mean, it's not like it's
Yeah.
hard to find me.
That was mostly Kim, I think.
Yeah.
That was all killed.
Kim stalked your ass.
Excuse me? It was all Kim? You guys are pieces of You know what,
Yep.
Kim? No, you can have the win. Go ahead and take it. It's yours. You deserve a belt. Oh, you know what? I'll go ahead and buy you a fucking belt like a WWE champion for dumb fucking piece of shit.
So, take a deep breath.
Great job, Xavier.
Motherfucker, you leached off me.
Oh, I do want to say before we finish, my physical book finally arrived.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I saw that in the
That
story
one
yesterday.
And that one also.
That one
Ooh,
also.
I've heard
It
the
has-
Dungeon of the
I
Mad
like
Mage
that.
is
I
cool.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one that has the shroud of? Oh.
So now I actually have 3 new books that I have not done anything with yet.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't.
You have Polo's guide much?
Hmm?
That's not new. That's been out for like a year.
The one Kim got?
Oh, Morden.
I don't actually use that one much because that one is very nice.
Yeah, yeah, you don't want to.
I
you don't
have
do this.
that one, which I actually
Ah,
use.
okay.
Yeah.
okay.
But that one is also on my shelf.
It always looks so fucking cool, too.
Oh, I know.
It does.
I
It's
know.
awesome. I love their alternate covers.
Yeah.
They're all good.
I mean,
Man,
you
that's
can't
cool.
beat an Illithid.
Yeah.
Well, a nice hammer will do you.
I mean,
Do you
a
want me to
party
throw
of
an Illithid
level
at you?
7.
You want me to throw
Oh,
an
they don't
Illithid
even take
at you?
level 7s. Party level 5s can stomp an Illithid if you're smart. That
Oh, no,
happened
you don't
in
understand.
a home
because
game.
anytime I introduce an Illithid into the game, they will most likely have Warlock levels.
Well, how?
Warlock fight.
Jesus.
That's the antithesis of everything against an Illithid, though, having magic.
Well, no, I usually make them a psionic type Warlock.
Mm-hmm.
They are a psionic, but they are basically a Warlock of the Great Old Ones.
Well, if the if
Like
Blue
that.
Boy doesn't make good use of those daggers, I'm taking them back. Because
Just
with
have it
the
in the Warlock, please.
yeah, with the if I get the mobile feat, plus I have the like Step of the Wind and shit, I can literally just float like a butterfly, sting like a tank. You know.
Oh yeah, they are definitely an item that, if used properly, can be very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But there are very few builds that use them properly.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would work better if I wasn't a gun.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
What makes you think that?
Guns.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
So,
Wow.
kind of self-explanatory. There.
Jamie's got it, just as we're finishing.
Yeah.
I do. One thing, Casey, in my apartment, do I have like guns and gear and stuff like that?
I'll say that you might have a few things, but just for the sake of balance, you're not going to get like a whole armory.
No, totally.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more like low, like cheap gear level and ammo and stuff.
Oh yeah, that kind of thing. Certainly, I'd be fine with you having had there.
Well, so I can get ammo for the heavy pistol.
Yeah, that's certainly something you could pick up there. Yeah.
Cool.
Mm.
Cool.
Right.
See ya.
See you guys
Bye-bye.
later on.
Yeah, have a
Bye.
good session. Or good session, guys.
Bye bye.
See ya.